Hello, everybody. Welcome to today's episode. This is the first episode of my YouTube podcast. So today we are going to be talking about stagnant friends. And this is something that's very particular. This is something that I've searched it on YouTube myself. Not a lot of videos on this topic. So I thought to myself, this is something I would love to cover because I have a lot to say about it. So when you are friends with a stagnant person, this can be very dangerous. This, to be honest, is more dangerous than going up to a shady neighborhood and holding $1 million cash. You came up with $1 million somehow, you can probably come up with it again. But a stagnant friend will make sure that you will never see another touch of success in your life as long as they are around you. So take this as a PSA to please break up with your stagnant friends. And I know this is controversial. I know that we all want to help the people in our lives. I was friends with a person who was very stagnant, and I would always try to encourage this person. I would always say, hey, you are so smart. You should, check out this business venture. You should, take this program, because this friend was saying how they wanted to go to school. I was like, you should totally do this program. You would be killer at it. I would always try to motivate this friend. And it was coming to a point where this friend had no motivation and they were lost in their life. I, however, wasn't lost in my life. And this is where it gets really tricky. I think two dangerous situations, of course, are when both of you are stagnant, because then you two will be bouncing off each other forever, or at least until one person just wakes up and snaps out of it and then dumps the other. That's how that usually would end. Or scenario number two is one friend is stagnant and the other friend has a growth mindset, and then the person with the growth mindset will inevitably end up either, one, dumping said friend that's stagnant, or two, coming to the friend's level, which is down. And that is a lot of the time what stagnant people want, stagnant friends in this case. Because look, if someone is stagnant, what does that consist of? Stagnancy consists of not actually being fulfilled in your life. You know, Jordan Peterson, in the 12 Rules book, he literally made a whole entire point about this, that the number one factor of unhappiness is seeing no progression in your life. If you see yourself every year in the same place repetitively and you are never moving past it, of course you're going to feel like, what has my life come to? And that's what these people think about themselves. From my experience, stagnant friends are dangerous. These are the friends that will isolate you. A lot of the times, a stagnant friend also will have narcissistic tendencies. And these tendencies will keep you isolated from other friends that are positive. See, this is the thing. A stagnant person, they don't want you around other people that are on the same wavelength as you mentally. These are the friends, the people that want you to themselves. They want to be the ones to control your brain, to make sure that you don't actually achieve your goals. Because, hey, if you're around them long enough, maybe this person's right. 4 years commuting to school, I could end up being a lawyer out of it. But yeah, that 4-year commute, dang it, that is a long commute. They will feed you that stuff. And that is actually something that happened to me. I literally had a stagnant former friend of mine say, can you do this 4 years? How expensive will the tuition be? How are the people in your class? Are there any weirdos in your class? That is literally what this friend was trying to feed me. It clearly didn't work. And I'm blessed to still be in the program. But that was the goal of this person. And I felt that when I was around this person, I was stagnant myself. Even though at this point I had lost 80 pounds. I had cut out so many toxic people from my life. I had went on a whole self-love journey. I changed my hair color. I did a lot. I did a lot of really good stuff for myself. And those, to me, do not consist of things that equate to someone being a stagnant person. But in this person's presence, I felt stagnant. I felt honestly low. I felt like this person doesn't want better for themselves. And by me being around that person, when will it hit me where I believe the same as them? Another thing stagnant people will do is isolate you. They don't want you to have any other friends, which I think I've already mentioned this, but they will do it in a way that they will make you look bad. They will make up lies about you. They will make sure that your friends dump you, right? Like they would purposely want to present bad in front of other people. Because you know how people say you are who you associate with? Everyone has heard that phrase by now. And those people that are stagnant, a lot of them do have narcissistic tendencies. So they are beyond aware of that. So they want you to appear as bad as them. They are intentionally making themselves look like an idiot in front of this friend of yours that they're probably never going to meet again. They want to look as crazy as possible. Because then you'll look crazy. And you won't look crazy immediately. No, but then that friend is going to analyze you deeper, which is their goal, right? I introduced this same friend I'm referring to, just for examples, to a group of friends. And this friend, this stagnant friend, they had shown up and completely made a fool of me. What they were wearing was very not suitable, and it had my friends laughing at this person. It resulted after in my friends pulling me over in private, asking what was wrong with this person. And this person intentionally was not being talkative, intentionally was giving my friends dirty looks. And it was on purpose to make me look shady, to make me look secretive, to make me look like something is psychologically wrong with me because my friend is acting all shady, all secretive, or like oddball kind of vibes. That's what they probably then thought of me. You know, when I then said to these girls, hey, I'm actually not friends with X person anymore, that's when my friend said, wow, we never liked this friend. We always thought they were a weirdo. And we were wondering what was wrong with this person. And, you know, as I was on my way up making those friendships in school, because obviously when you are in school, you and your friends, you rely on each other emotionally, academically, you help each other. You need your friends in school, especially post-secondary. This stagnant person was trying to strip that from me. This person was saying, oh, they're so quiet, they're weird. When I have friends that are positive for me, this person would try to isolate me from them and say this person is not genuine, you're too good for this person. Stagnant people will try to isolate you, so be very cautious of that. And stagnant people will take your victories as you bragging. And that is something that you never want to happen. You don't want to lose your last 20 pounds and then they say to you, wow, you look sick. You don't look sick. You look good. Trust me, you probably look good. And they know that. Stagnant people will start to hate you, and sooner or later they will be very dangerous. They will wish you evil eye. They will curse you. And God forbid you let one of these people into your home. I've learned that the hard way. I've let a stagnant person into my home, and it followed months of bad health. It followed months of bad luck. Because as long as they are not moving up, you are not allowed to either. And once they move up, if they ever do, then you're allowed to move up, just not as much as they are allowed, obviously, right? Because it's you. Because they have it in for you in particular. Stagnant people are dangerous. These are the people that are the most capable of committing crimes, of killing people. These are serious issues psychologically that develop with stagnancy. Let's say the people that go out and commit crimes. Let's say the people that will, commit like SHOOTINGS, right? I don't know if I could say that word on here, but they go pew pew. Those people, yeah, a lot of them, and it's not even funny, a lot of them will say, I had mental health issues. If you did a deeper dive on these mental health issues and you saw their life history, everything, some may be bipolar, some may, have anxiety, depression, but every one of them has one thing in common. They had a life of stagnancy. Maybe they had something great and it was stripped away from them and they spiraled. Maybe they had been in the same place for years and years and they're witnessing other people around them finally excelling, and they're never excelling. They're never even taking a step forward to start a path to excelling. Then they decide, that's it. I'm going to be violent. I've had enough. I resent everybody. Being friends with someone that is stagnant could mean letting someone with that psyche into your home, into your energy, into your space. Now, I'm not saying they're going to pull any violent stunts. I'm not saying they're going to hurt you. I'm not saying any of that, because those are very serious things. And that is a next level reaction, of course. But these people hate themselves. And a lot of these people that are stagnant, they have hyper focus on energy. These are the people that will always talk about manifesting. These are the people that will always talk about I'm manifesting it, I'm getting my crystals, I'm getting XYZ. And they will talk a lot about things like that. And because they believe in a lot of things like that, and I'm not saying those things are not valid, obviously, I believe in those things to an extent as well. I personally don't use crystals, I personally pray, but I know everyone has their thing. But these people will almost rely on that stuff to almost feel validated in their current state with how they are, right, as a person. And so they will wish evil eye. Because keep in mind, people that usually, for the most part, believe in crystals, manifestations, what comes in 3? Evil eye too. It comes kind of in a similar belief system, right? And so they believe in evil eye. And I believe in evil eye as well. And because those people believe in it, they will really wish it. Evil eye is scary because it can be wished on you unintentionally. Imagine if they actively harp on these things in their life, what they're going to do when they look at you with those eyes. Do you ever have a friend that looks at you and you are physically scared? Or a person that looks at you and you are just dying for them to just look away as fast as they can because you can't handle another second of their eyes being on you? That's what that is. That is them wishing that on you. And be careful. You must, be aware of it. Because when you're aware of it, you can at least catch it. I think it's very dangerous when people are wishing things on you and you are fully unaware of it. That is a dangerous thing. So be aware of it, pray, do whatever you want to do. Do what comforts you, of course. But stagnant people will make sure that you are isolated from people doing better than them or better than you. Because obviously we move up in society by being friends with people that are like us or better. And then you learn from each other different things, right? So it's not even being opportunistic. You want to just expand your circle, which is a completely normal human progression. And so they'll keep you away from people that are elevated. They'll keep you away from job opportunities. They'll fearmonger you. They will try to make you seem like you're crazy. I'm not going to say they're going to gaslight you because I feel like that is a bit of a misused term, especially for what I'm talking about. But if you say I want to live in New York City one day and I want to get married there and I want to have a little cute condo in Manhattan, they're going to think you are hilarious and they will never stop talking about that dream of yours. Or that goal, I should say. Because if they're in your life, it will just be a dream. But if you take them out of your life, it will become an actual goal. And it's that real. They will harp on that. They'll be like, yeah, hey, Miss New York, how's it going? And that's not a cute little pet name. That is them inflicting their negative wishes on you every time they say it. I actually was once friends with a person, and I was going through a very rough period in my life where things just would not go well. And I told this person something that went wrong. This person said, "Wow, what a you thing to happen." And I'm like, "Excuse me?" This person literally said, "Yeah, it's you. Of course it would happen. It's you." It made me realize every time I was saying things that happened to me that were bad, that person was on the other end loving it. Every minute of it, they were loving. Hey, it's another bad thing that happened to this girl. Hooray. This is a streak. That's what they think. This person also, was very stagnant in their life. I'm saying that to say this. Be careful. You have to be very cautious about your associations. You have to be cautious with who you let in your home and who you let around your other friends. Your reputation is everything. You could be invited to a luxury event, and if you have someone stagnant next to you, first of all, what makes you think that they're going to represent you well to where you'll be invited again to one of these things? You will not be able to network, because every time you want to go up to someone and say something to become friends or have a connection, that stagnant person will say, "Hey, no, this looks like something's wrong with this person. Don't go up to that freak." They will. They absolutely will. Maybe they won't word it that way, but they will say something to deter you from going up to someone that actually looks substantial. And if someone that is substantial comes up to you, the stagnant person we're talking, will then say something to embarrass you in front of this person that is substantial. They'll say, "Hey, before you continue the conversation, did you drink wine tonight? Like your teeth are a little bit tinted." Or they'll say, "Hey, you have a little stain like on the collar of your shirt. Did you wear foundation today? Your neck is a bit red. Like, do you have eczema?" They'll say things like that. You have a chip in your nail polish. They'll bring it up in front of that CEO that you're trying to network with, in front of the man that wants to approach you and ask you out and who looks like he's high caliber. And these friends can be male, they can be female. There are many males that are also jealous of their female friends. A lot of males, whether they're straight or gay, it doesn't even matter. So you even should, apply this to your male friends. If they're stagnant in their life, they will resent you too. This is not just for female friends. But that is my biggest lesson for everyone today. Thank you for listening to my first episode. I actually have a cold, so I normally don't have a voice this deep. I'm on the antibiotics. I'm going to get better. And then you can hear my normally sweet sounding voice. So thank you for joining me. I hope that this podcast found you well, and request video topics down below, and it would be great to interact with you guys and see what you think. Do you have any stories of people in your life that were stagnant, that inflicted awful upon you? Have you experienced someone go into a spiral because of their stagnancy? So how does stagnancy really affect people? Because it affects everyone. It affects everybody. It affects the person themselves. It could affect the safety of others. It affects the mental health of the people that live with said person that's stagnant. So there's so many layers to this conversation that I would really, really love to hear. Thank you so much for listening, and request videos, and I will be back for my second video. Thank you. Bye-bye.